Hi friends, and welcome back to Lily's reading. Today we're going to do a general love reading for all the air zodiac signs. Okay, so let's jump into it and let's see where we go from there, because there's so many exciting things that I see within these cards. And I'm going to tell you, for those of you who haven't been watching me and you're deciding to watch me now, thank you, welcome. Look at these as different readings. You have 4 different readings, or you can take what I'm saying and leave the rest for whoever needs it, okay? So here in the first row, we have the Hierophant. Remember, I'm an intuitive reader, so the things that I see might be different from the way that you're reading, and that's completely fine. Use your intuition while I'm reading this and go with what you think that it needs to be. So here with the Hierophant, it's showing me that someone has just gotten married. You're newlyweds, congratulations. All right, so I feel like, with that being said, there are many new things that are coming in the distance for you. You know, maybe it's family, maybe it's change in environment, maybe it's change in career, but there's just new things that are coming for you, and it's supposed to be really, really good things that I'm seeing, right? So that's the 3 of Wands. It's looking out in the horizon, looking out in the distance, and watching things come into you slowly, because with good things, they take time. Now, you're on a new adventure, is what I want to call it. And you are so used to being in your comfort zone that Spirit is saying now is the time to get out and start adventuring. When you're by yourself, you do things better than when you are together as a couple, because there are some things that you're going to find in a marriage. It's not going to be easy. You need to learn your person. That's the next phase in your life. Your person is now moved in with you. Your person is now doing things that you wouldn't do yourself. You're going to have, it's a wake-up call. You're going to have to adjust the way that things are going. Doesn't mean that you're falling out of love. It just means that you have to adjust. And here is you setting up boundaries, and maybe that's something that you need to do, is set boundaries. But it's also, you've created a bubble. You've lived in your bubble for a very long time. You got to open up this bubble, is what they're saying, and leave or let have room for your partner to come in with and be with you. So, with that being said, let's see what else Spirit has for you. So Spirit, guides, and angels, tell us more. Tell us more. I also see some traveling for you. Here we have is a death and rebirth. That's exactly what it is. There are some things that you're going to have to let go of, because you have the Page of Pentacles. It's like Spirit couldn't say this any other way, because if you look at it, right, you have death and rebirth, which is in Rider-Waite cards, you might see the death as just death. It's a un de muerto. He's sitting on a what do you call it, a horse, and he is just going through and just, he's the main guy of the death. But here is a lighter card. These are called the Light Seers Tarot. Here is showing that we have the death, but we also have the rebirth. So you're letting go of your past while rebirthing your new future, right? So here it shows with the Page of Pentacles is you're starting over. You're learning, you're starting. This is something that is completely new for you, okay? It doesn't mean that you're gonna like full speed ahead. You need to learn about your partner, and your partner needs to learn about you. You guys are gonna have to come to some agreements, and there are gonna be some times where you're gonna have to agree to disagree, right? That's where we have to be careful of the control that we're putting in or reinforcing within the family. Because I see a lot of readings where people, they take so much control that you end up falling out of love. So here is letting go of some of your habits, and your partner too as well. But you're going to see that creation, a new creation, as the 2 of you as a whole, is right there. You guys are going to be okay. It's just an adjustment is, what I'm seeing. So let's see, Spirit, guides, and angels, what is your advice that you're giving to these people? The advice that they're giving to you is to work on boundaries especially, and I want to put it in two ways. Work on boundaries when it comes to you two as a couple, you two as a family, but also working on boundaries when it comes to your person's family or your family too as well. It's something about family, okay? Because I feel like you're gonna be okay. You just need, the both of you need to come together as a power couple instead of the both of you being separate. We're married, but I'm gonna take my family over you. No, that's not the way that this works. Okay, so I feel like even with the 10 of swords, right, you have 10, 10. So I feel like these are all perfect things for you guys, because 10, you can't get any higher than this, you know? I feel like with that being said, with the 10, it's like the puzzle pieces are starting to fit together. You're walking on the correct path. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. All it is just an adjustment for you. All right, now let's go to the next one. Now this one gets a little bit tricky, and I'm going to tell you why, because I feel like someone is about to get married, but they have a side piece, right? I feel like they're, in a church, there's 3 people that are here. But I feel like it's almost like, I always look at paper when I see it as in like texting or a message that's coming through, but I see this as like a chapel. So I feel like there was an offer that's being made. You have a decision that you need to make. Are you going to take this offer, or are you going to continue down your path, as in, are you going to stay married or get married? There's something that you have 2 choices, a choice that you need to make that was given to you. So I feel like with the 2 of swords, it's like that decision to you becomes difficult. You're ignoring what you're supposed to be doing because you might have fallen in love. You might have accepted a proposal, but I also feel like you might have fallen in love with the fling that you had on the side. If this is you and this story resonates with you, please comment below, because I'm always interested to find out, where these stories go. But you are the Empress. You are somebody who is very intuitive, very, very psychic, very powerful. You're the Empress. You are, it's that feminine part in you is what I feel. So you are very enticing of a person. Doesn't matter, male, female. You're using your feminine energy. And it's like, you're very enticing to your people, and this is why your people keep coming back. But I also feel like, even though you decide to get married, because this is what it feels like, even though you decide to get married, if you look in the distance or in the background, right, there's 2 different things going on here. Here's the future with the marriage, where it feels like it's just plain, whereas here's your side piece to where you're taking a journey, where you're moving, you're having fun, you're emotional. That's what I feel within all of this. Spirit guides and angels, give us a little bit more to this story, and then we're going to pull some advice. The devil is toxic, okay? The devil is self-sabotage. So here's the thing. If you're trying to stay within your marriage, or you're trying to decide if this marriage will work and you can have your side piece, it's not going to work, okay? I feel like, because you're already walking into this connection with your person sabotaging, because you have the devil here. The devil is everything that's negative, right? A lot of people look at it as in like, oh, but when you can find out all the negative things, then we can grow, so the devil can be transformation. Yes, in some ways, but that's not the way I'm seeing it right here. What I see is that you're trying to make a decision of who you should be going with. Now, one of your persons can be an earth sign, because we do have pentacles that are in here. And I feel like your person is a very hard worker, very loyal, very old soul, or could be a little bit older than you, to where you might just be rolling with it, because your person, not only are they hard worker, but the stability is there. So wherever this person fits within your life, take it in, as it is. But 9 of Pentacles is, if you're really going to try in this relationship, because your person is giving you their all. So if you're going to try in this relationship, you're going to have to try a little bit harder, because if you're going to have a side piece, you're already walking into this relationship self-sabotaging everything that you have, come down to. And I think you already know, and I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I think you know what you should do or which way you should move. So spirit guides and angels, what is your advice? Whoever you're thinking about at the moment, this, is who you should be with. But what I'm seeing, the advice that I'm seeing is the offer is already put on the table. The marriage is there. Spirit is saying stay with the marriage. Definitely, because you have the stability, you have a hard worker that's there. You're gonna find that you're going to enjoy this a lot more better than having a side piece. Okay, because here we have my Queen of Pentacles is, I want to point this out too, because you have a King of Pentacles and you have the Queen of Pentacles right there, husband and wife. They're both looking towards each other. They're both hard workers. They're both old soul. They're both very, you guys are both very smart. You have a lot of wisdom inside of you. You guys both know in ways of making money. There is, even though sometimes, like, I feel like you guys might get bored sometimes, but then you're gonna have to learn to spice up your relationship. So what I see is this person, she's my yes card, by the way. So I see that Spirit is saying to stay with the marriage, stay with the love offer that is definitely here, because this is a very big offer. Once in a lifetime, you might be missing out on. All right, so that is my thing that I'm going to give to you. Now, let's move on to the 10 of Wands. I feel like somebody is under a lot of pressure. They might feel like a lot of pressure. They might feel like a burden. I feel like you've been walking your path. I feel like you're also been independent because you've been walking your path on, like, by yourself. So, things are going to change for you. I feel like every time you might have falling in love, you fall out of love because things are not working. You don't feel like you're good enough. You don't feel like your stability is there. Things are going to change for you in such a way that it's like Spirit is saying now is time. Now it's time. We see all the work that you're putting in. We see how humble you are. We see how you give back. We see how you're always there for everybody else. Things are going to change majorly for you. This is why you have the wheel. Wheel speaks of a major change. It also speaks of, I also look at it as like the phoenix that rises from the ashes. This is going to be so emotional to you because you're not even going to see it. It's going to hit you out of left field. So even though you're struggling, even though you feel all these things, start working on yourself. Start getting your energy up there. Start raising your vibration, because once you raise your vibration, things are going to change for you in such a way that you're not going to see it coming. Ace of Swords is communication. Maybe you're cutting through all the bullshit. Maybe you're having one last talk. Maybe there's something that is here when it comes to swords. There's action that is being taken. There's conversation that is being had. It's such a wonderful thing, because I feel like all the hard work that you have been doing is finally going to pay off. All right. Now, this is not stating that, someone is coming into your life right away, but I feel like this is more stating there's a different type of love. We do love to find you and your partner, but there's also a love of like you moving forward, you doing you finding stability, you finding, the job that you need. It's like, I feel like that to someone in particular is going to mean more than to have, someone on your arm, because someone on your arm will come eventually. But this is just saying a change in events, a change in life is coming for you, for the ones who have been struggling and doing everything alone. Spirit guides and angels, give us a little bit more. Queen of Cups, Four of Cups, and then here we have it, another 10 of Wands. So back to that situation is Queen of Cups is someone who is very emotional. You've been through a lot, especially when it comes to your past, okay? So there's something that is triggering you. There's something that is affecting you that has to do a lot with your past. And this is why when you move on, you feel like you're some type of a burden. You feel that pressure that sits on top of you, but you're still moving forward. Look at all the positive things things that you're doing. You've come far. You're still moving forward, even if it's an inch at a time or a day by day type of thing. You're still moving forward to where, that's why Spirit is saying, like, this was a karmic lesson of yours. So you might have been single for a while, but things are going to change, and they're going to change in your favor. And also, I do want to point out is, don't forget to live in the moment, because sometimes we get stuck living in the past that we're not seeing all the positive things, the changes, the love, the, just positive energy that is right there in front of us, because we're stuck in our past. All right. So things are going to change. So spirit guides and angels, what is your advice to this person? I don't know why, but I just heard the name Steward. I don't know. Take that as it resonates. I just heard that name. All right. So I feel like for those of you who are not learning, who are not moving forward, because you could be watching this and I could be explaining to you till I'm blue in the face, but it's you who has to make the change. So for those of you who are not making the change, that karmic tie, you're going to continue to keep going in circles, round and round and round, until you decide that you want to change. For others of you, because you have the Nine of Wands, which means a battle that is coming. So others of you, we have, the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is some, conversation. There's also someone that is coming back from your past, because if I'm looking at these cards correctly, or I'm picking up the energy correctly, it's like someone's coming back from your past, but they're going to be taking accountability. They're going to be making things fair. They're going to be bringing justice with them. So I feel like, you might have been traumatized from your past, and you got a decision to make, because it's going to make you very emotional as a being, because you keep moving forward, you keep plugging forward. But if you spiral and you start going backwards, you're never going to see the love that is right there in front of you. That might not be for everyone, but I feel like there's something within all of this that you need to pay attention to, because I feel like you have two decisions that you can make as well. You can choose to move forward and cut this person out of your life because of everything that they've done and the fact that you've been doing it all alone. Or you can choose to have this person come in and continue down the same path that you've been and be stuck into your past. Now, let's move forward. We have someone who might be in the dating app. We have someone who has many, when we look at the Seven of Swords, you see all the cups here. It's all the offers that you have that are sitting right in front of you. But not all offers are going to be the best offers, okay? Because you have the snake, you have a dragon, you have, diamond in the rough, people come with baggage. So I feel like there are a lot of offers, and you're going to have to weed through them to figure out which one that you want. But the Knight of Wands wands are a fire sign. So the person might have fire zodiac, fire in their zodiac, astrology. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So your person might actually be balancing both. They could have some earth also in their astrology charts. But I feel like someone is racing in. Someone is coming in at a very fast pace. Someone, might be bearing a storm, and they're going to be dropping it off at your doorstep. I feel like, in all honesty, someone is coming to you, and this could be a red flag warning as well, but it's almost like someone is coming to you and they want to do things in a rush. There's a reason for everything, right? But I don't know what it is, because I feel like you might have two suitors. I feel like someone is coming in at a rush, and this is one of your options. They might just want the sex and they might leave. Be very careful. If this is what you want, if this is what you're going with, then fine, go with it. But don't, when you're in apps, you have to know, like, a lot of guys, they think with the same, or not even guys, women do too. They just want one thing, so if this is something that you want, go for it. But I feel like you're gonna find a suitor on this app that you're looking at. And I feel like you got two decisions. I feel like your suitor they might have a family. I feel like your suitor is a very hard worker. I feel like your person is down to earth, that they, you know, are stable, they make money. This could also be like brothers, sisters, you know, they're very loyal as a person, or they could be venturing out. I feel like, not all of you, but I feel like for some of you, you need to be careful because they might be telling you, oh, I see where we're going with this. Someone is coming in very fast, but your person has a family. That's where we're going with this. So if you're out in the app world, be careful of what you're seeing or what, you know, is coming your way, because someone might come in as a charmer. Hey, let's meet up today. Let's meet up. You know, they might be pushing you to do something that feels a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit reckless, but your person, they have a family. They don't really care about you. Spirit guides and angels. Felt like I was in the hot seat for a moment. Spirit guides and angels, and like I said, if any of these resonate with you, please do let me know. And I will also be leaving ways that you can find me if you want to book a reading with me. I'll leave it in the description. Spirit guides and angels, give me a little bit more. Yeah, look at this. It's universe is going to help you out in a certain sense, because universe is already sending you some type of red flag. Universe is showing you something, right? I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is, there's just like, this person is moving forward. I don't know what it is or why this Knight of Pentacles is here, but what I do know is there's something that you should start listening to that you're not trusting. You have made many accomplishments, or maybe these accomplishments are not you. Maybe it's just saying like there are, you know, many different suitors, again, as within the what is this up here, the Seven of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles here. I feel like someone has, it's almost like they've gotten off their horse or their high horse, or, you know, like they're kind of like, I don't know, they're traveling, but there's something that is not to be trusted within them. I was going to ask for a advice, but you know, 3 cards already dropped off, and I feel like it makes more sense to leave these than to be asking or shuffling more. So I feel like with the 7 of Wands, Spirit is telling you to use your intuition. It's very, very important, because here it is. The 6 of Wands is like, you might be happy, might be the honeymoon stage. This person might put you, you know, on top of everything, but here is the Tower. The Tower is a split. The Tower is when the universe, right? I told you universe is going to be helping you, right? The universe comes in and the universe shakes shit up. Has nothing to do with you, but it just has the fact to do with what your person is doing is wrong, and they know what they're doing is wrong, and you got dragged into this. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed these messages. Please share, please like, please save my page wherever you are. Let me also know exactly where you are and where you're watching this from. That's also very interested to see how far that this goes. Anyways, like I said, thank you. I can't thank you enough, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.